Hello and welcome to yet another YouTube video here on this channel. In today's video, I'm continuing the series where I talk about applications I am really excited about. I've already done 2 parts, and the reason for this being a series of videos instead of one video is just that there are so many applications to be excited about. So let's start off with jumping into the first one, which is the one I am really excited about what this is going to become, not necessarily excited about what this is right now. So this application is called Constella, and as you can see, like there are some minor issues with this application, like the similar search here. You can see this line. There is an update that probably fixes this. I haven't updated this in a little while, but that is not what I'm talking about here. I think the application is good. It is more than usable. I was really harsh on it the first time I tested it, but I think the application has gotten a lot better and it also makes a lot more sense to me. Basically, this is a visual note-taking application. And you can open up these cards, and inside of these cards you can like add more formatting, but it also has AI chat abilities, as you can see right here. So you can chat with your notes, something I think a lot of the visual note-taking apps out there actually lack. You also have the ability to use this similarity search to connect different things together. You can ask questions. So I could either like search for something and create it like this, or I could press this right here. There are just so many things you can do, but basically what I was trying to say with this search is that you can use the search to basically find how different things are connected together. There are, as I said, many different things you can do with this application. There is even a daily page. I haven't played, as you might have figured out, I haven't played around with this application enough. I played around with it when I first found it a while back, but it has gotten a lot better, and I've seen a lot more people talk about this on X. So I will do an updated review because I think this application deserves it. But what I am excited about is this whole idea of having a visual note-taking app with a lot of AI abilities, and not only a lot of AI abilities, but also the ability to connect different things together. There was one other application that tried to do this, but they were never actually really able to, or they haven't been able to for now at least. But I think Constella is looking like a really interesting application. The two other ones, the first one is called Lunatask, and I am a really big fan of Lunatask. So Lunatask is basically uh, it is basically an all-in-one application. Think of like things like Notion is an all-in-one application, but this is a lot more opinionated. Like this wants you to work out of the workflow this application has, and like you have different ways of planning your tasks. So priority list, must, should, want, Eisenhower metric, plan your week, Kanban, now, later. Those are different ways of like doing your tasks, but you have tasks, you have notes, and you also have um, like different notebooks here you can add, and you can add tasks inside of notes. There are quite a few things you can do. I wouldn't call this as powerful as something like Notion, but it is a lot more opinionated, and I think that is the main selling point here. It doesn't want you to build your own like workflow. It wants you to integrate into the workflow that this application has built. And the next one I'm going to show you has some of the same ideas. But you have like journal, you have people. This, I would call this a personal CRM tool. Um, this application is really popular among those with ADHD, which makes a lot of sense. The application feels really well built. I am currently on the Windows version. I haven't tested out the mobile app extensively. I know that it exists, and uh, as I said, I haven't tested it out extensively, but I know that it is there. Apart from that, like, this application is really simple, and that is what I like about it. It is a simple all-in-one application that you can just easily use to stay on top of everything that is going on in your life. And where like Notion and many of the other applications, Anytype is another one, Obsidian, you have to sit down, you have to learn the application, you have to set it up. This application is plug and play. Install the app, put your things into the application, and you're good to go. That is basically how Lunatask works. So if you're looking for a new like all-in-one productivity tool, I think this one is really interesting. I also think that they've done some interesting things uh, with their features, like this personal CRM, which is something I haven't seen in many other applications. There is one other like Lunatask called Bright, but I haven't been the biggest fan of Bright because there has been quite a few bugs. But I will also go back and test that application once more and give you an updated review. But that actually covers most of the things for Lunatask. I think they do a good job with the roadmap and prioritizing the right things. As I said, really big fan of this relationship tracker personal CRM tool. So this is definitely one I will continue to keep an eye on. Next one is one I recently found, and I have talked about this in one video. I think I did a first impression video, and one of the reasons I'm really excited about this is that it is only $4 a month, billed annually, or $6 billed monthly, and it also has a lifetime plan, which I am honestly considering because 250 USD for an all-in-one tool it isn't that bad. But I will test this out and I will get back to you with like a deep dive review on what's good, what's bad. But basically, the way this application works is that I can add my tasks here. I can drag them into my calendar to do calendar blocking. I can have my habits in here. I have my full calendar. I have something called the hub, which gives me like goals, habits, templates, and even courses here as well, which might be something I want to consider at some point. But there are quite a few things you can use, and like mainly this the hub feature here is to get you to do something, either learn something or start a new hobby or get in better shape. So I think this is quite cool, but not necessarily something I would use inside of my productivity application. Uh, it has something called workspaces, which are basically pages. If you've used Notion, these are similar to Notion pages, but when I like add a task here, I can actually give it a priority, I can give it tag, I can give it duration, I can give it due date, deadline, and I can also go in here and I can do table, for example, and this is a table. I can add more columns to my table. Um, Let me go ahead and delete the table. That wasn't as easy as I wanted it to. I hate these block-based applications and removing things like tables. I struggle with this in Notion. I struggle with this in Craft, in every application. But you can create links to pages. You can have nested pages. You can add web bookmarks. You can add images, videos, quite a few things you can add inside of here. Um, and as I said, you can also add tasks. So I can go ahead and I can just add a new task here. Let's give this test and the name test, and let's just create another one. And here I could actually do backslash, and I could probably do page. So I could create a page within this page, and this page would be a task. So quite a few things I really like about this. And with this being a task, I can actually go ahead and I can add tags to this and priorities to this. I can't add schedule or duration or deadline because, as you can see, when I turn it into a page, it removes this checkbox, but you get the point. The application is actually quite versatile, which is something I really do like. So this is one I will keep an eye on, and I will play around with this week probably to do a video on it next week or something like that. But that covers it for today's video. If you have any questions about any of these applications, anything you want me to dive deeper into, that was what I was trying to say. If you want me to dive deeper into any of these, please do comment it down below. I will try to get back to you as soon as I can, and I am planning to do like separate reviews of all of these applications. So if there is something you would like me to cover, please do comment it down below and I will make sure to include it in the upcoming videos. Thank you so much for watching today's video.